125, class of 1990. AMA National Championship winning model right here. That's why they call it the Slingshot, baby. It'll flip you like a flapjack. You gotta get up close to see the beauty of this one. Look at this thing. Show them the engine up close. Look at that. Absolute perfection. On the side, I'll tell you all about it. Guys, feast your eyes on one of the best steel frame R125s ever made. Not only one of the best RM125s, but as it stacked up against the competition, this was head and shoulders above the rest. Suzuki cleaned up in 1990. They won the 120. Guy Cooper won the 125 Outdoor National Championship, and they had 5 riders in the top 10, which is unheard of. 5 out of the 10 bikes were on Suzukis. If you were on a Suzuki, you were second. Buddy Antunez was the top 10. Michael LaRocco, Jeremy Buell, and Danny Stevenson. And they also cleaned up in Supercross. Danny Stevenson won the 1990 125 East Coast Supercross Championship, and Buddy Antunez finished 3rd in the ultra-competitive West Coast Series. So they won both outdoors and indoors, and kicked ass on the world circuit too. So the factory race bikes were based on this production bike. This bike, the magazine tests at the time said it felt like a factory outdoor national bike out of the box. And they praised it for being one of the best turning, best handling, and the easiest of the 125s to turn fast lap times on. This bike just straight out rips, and it feels like a brand new motorcycle, not only because we just did a frame up restoration, but because this was an extremely low hour original. We had all the core ingredients of a perfect platform to turn into a Concours level restoration, including a perfect frame without a single ding in it, mint original wheel set, mint original suspension, and the engine had low enough hours on it that when we mic'd the cylinder, everything was still in spec. The original bore was still in good condition. So we just put a brand new piston, rings, base gasket, head gasket. We went through the whole engine. I'll get into that in a second, but just a spectacular platform to go to the next level. And we didn't cut any corners on this. All the original Suzuki hardware on this bike was sent out and professionally zinc plated to the tune of $421. Every nut and bolt on this bike was re-zinc plated, and some of the other components were also. The frame was professionally powder coated, the original Suzuki blue. That's not a spray bomb or a backyard job. That's professionally powder coated. Perfect, pristine, original frame. The foot pegs look like they just came out of the box. Those are the original pegs, as does all the hardware, which was zinc plated also for the pegs. The starting at the front of the bike, the original wheel was cleaned. The front brake system was gone through. New brake pads, rebuilt the master cylinder, put new wheel bearings in it, and wrapped a brand new Dunlop tire tube and rim strip around the original rim, which is in perfect condition. The forks were rebuilt with new fork seals and new fork oil. We put a new Suzuki front fender on it, new front number plate, brand new set of Renthal blue bars, which match really closely. Absolutely stunning work. Brand new brake lever, brand new clutch lever, brand new cables. And these are OEM Suzuki grips. We actually ordered them online. These are the actual same grips that would have came with originally with a new throttle tube. The crossbar pad's new. The original fuel tank was restored by us here, actually by Devin. Devin did this job, this bike, and he's got an incredible attention to detail that rivals any other restoration I've ever seen. The radiator shrouds are new with new RM125 Slingshot decals on there. The side number plates are new with new graphics, new rear fender, new seat cover and seat foam, and of course, new side number plates. All the hardware is either brand new or the original zinc plated, so there's not a bolt on here that has any damage on it. They all look brand spanking new. Original airbox was mint. That was clean, restored, and a new air filter was installed. The shock was completely dismantled. The spring was professionally powder coated. The shock was redone with a new seal, and the shock ends were re-zinc plated. So the shock linkage, the bearings were all in mint shape. So we cleaned and reinstalled those. The swing arm bearings We had it apart, so we put a brand new set of swing arm bearings in it. Rear wheel got new bearings, along with a brand new Renthal chain and sprocket. The original rear wheels in mint shape. The hubs were vapor blasted. The original brake rotors and calipers were mint shape. Those were vapor honed and rebuilt with new pads. And that's a brand new NOS master cylinder on there. Rather than rebuild it, we got a new cylinder for it. The original rear brake is in mint condition. So the rear wheels, everything's been gone through. Steering head bearings are brand new. Swing arm bearings are brand new. Wheel bearings are brand new. Everything on the bike looks like it just came out of the box in 1990. It's as close to a brand new bike as you'll ever find. And that's their original exhaust pipe. One of the reasons we took this one, a lot of times if the pipes are dented and the frame's dinged, we'll rebuild them and do plastic and graphics, but we won't take it down to the frame and re-zinc every nut and bolt and completely rebuild everything and powder coat the frame, because it adds a whole nother level of time and effort into it. The original radiators on the bike are in pristine condition, just beautifully preserved. The radiator guards on the front are brand new. All the hardware on this bike's exactly as you'd expect it, and the radiators are perfectly straight, indicating this bike's never been cartwheeled. The exhaust really is remarkably pristine. There's simply not a ding in it. When this bike came off the truck and Devin saw it and started going over it, he's like, Ken, there's not a ding in the frame. The pipe's perfect. The wheels are nice and straight. Can we do a frame off on it? And my business side of me thinks, let's just do plastics and graphics and ship it. It'll bring good money like it is. But there's the artist side of us that can't resist taking it to the next level. And Devin's really into doing high quality work like this. So I believe in letting the guys, if their heart's into it, we'll do it. So he took it completely apart. A couple months, over the last couple months, sent the zinc plating out, sandblasted and restored the pipe and repainted it. The silencer was dismantled, repacked and rebuilt with new packing. And piece by piece, as the parts all started coming back in, he started reassembling it. Now to the engine. The engine was a very low hour original. He did a water pump rebuild kit, had the clutch apart, put brand new clutch plates, springs, and reassembled. But before he did it, the covers were vapor honed and repainted. All the covers were. The engine cases were vapor honed. The cylinder was vapor honed. The piston's brand new. Rings are brand new. Top end gaskets, base gasket and head gasket are fine. The crank tested out perfectly in spec because it's a low hour bike, so we didn't have to mess with the crank. Power valve was all cleaned and redone. Look at the Kickstarter here. It literally looks like it just came out of the box, pristine. You can see it has the new master cylinder, and everything on the bike is absolutely freaking pristine. The fuel lines, the drain lines, everything's been done on it. Even the springs, everything's like tight as it was brand new. It doesn't get any better than this. The bike runs phenomenal. So if you're looking for, now these are, because they were the best bike in 1990, they're highly sought after, both by collectors and because they won the championship. Also, people who want to race ARMA or race a classic bike against the new bikes, this would be competitive at the local level. And they just don't exist. This one's, in my opinion, too nice to race. This is more of a trophy bike at this point, but if you wanted to race it, I can't think of a better example. One of the things Devin pointed out is that this has original stickers on the back of the forks, which is freaking unheard of. Those usually get power washed off right at Jump Street. So he also replaced all the hoses with these new silicone hoses. The attention to detail on this bike is absolutely spectacular, second to none. New breather tube on the cap. If you look closely on the engine, all the hardware looks brand spanking new, and some of it is new, but most of it is the original hardware that was sent out and zinc plated. It would have been cheaper just to replace the bolts than it was to zinc plate them, but they wouldn't have been the originals. So everything was zinc plated on it. I have an extensive parts list here. I was going by memory. I might have forgot some of it, so I'm going to read this over for you. It's a new Wasner piston, a new wrist pin bearing, new air filter, new water pump rebuild kit, new aluminum shade guard. I forgot about that. Brand new aluminum shade guard, new front sprocket, new rear sprocket, new top end gasket kit, base and head gasket, and the power valve gaskets, new engine fastener kit, new bodyworks fastener kit, new front wheel bearings, new steering stem bearings, new throttle cable, new kill switch, carb rebuild kit, new brake pads, new brake lever, new shock bumper, new suspension bearing kit. I forgot about that. New rear master cylinder. The suspension bearing kit was $225. They don't give those away. Rear master cylinder, the idle screw and nut, new banjo bolts, new rear brake line, new master cylinder bolts, new rear brake line straps. Excuse me, new brake line straps. See those plastic straps are usually yellow and crusty. That wouldn't, when you take a bike apart like this and powder coat the frame and put new plastics on it, everything has to be perfect or it sticks out like a sore thumb. So a lot of little details on here. New muffler damper. That's another one that's usually forgotten. New protector foam, new radiator hoses, complete new clutch kit, including springs, new oil seal kit. All the seals in the engine are new. New zinc plating. That was $421 from Moto Blast. New left-hand OEM grip, new right-hand OEM throttle tube and grip, new chain, fresh gear oil, coolant, new muffler packing, new exhaust springs. I left those off. New vent hose, new fuel line, new handlebars, new radiator hoses, new chain rollers, new sprocket bolts. I left those off too. New chain adjuster bolts, brand new front fender, rear fender, side number plates, radiator shrouds, and front number plate. New decals, new seat cover, new fork guards. I forgot about those. New rotor guard. Forgot about that. And then the materials for restoring the tank. New rear wheel bearings, new rear rim lock, new rear tire, new rear tube, new rear rim band, new front tire, new tube, and new rim band. So Devin had this down at 46 hours. I challenge anybody else out there to do this level of work in 46 hours. He's very efficient, very focused. He doesn't screw around. And the proof's in the pudding here. The bike is absolutely freaking spectacular. I probably had 4 hours of interrogating him during the build that we could add to that, but we didn't. So like I said, every step of the way, I'm always there, eyeballing it and putting my 2 cents in. But this bike never made it down to detail. It was completely restored from the frame up with everything brilliantly redone in the shop. So because it didn't need to go to detail. So everything's perfect on it. So if you're looking for the best 1990 RM125 for sale on planet Earth today, I think this is it. I don't know of a finer one. So it runs and looks, it's a 10 all the way around, mechanically, cosmetically, and electrically. So it's as good as it gets, man. If you have any questions, give us a call, 860-454-7024. We ship it right to your house. And what would it cost for us to do this on your bike? Well, if your bike was mint like this one and it only took 46 hours, well, at $150 an hour, that's $6,900, and the parts was $2,925, so it's $9,825 plus tax would be the work order, be just over 10 grand plus your bike. So extensive work order. We can't give it away, but you're getting a spectacular piece of moto history that dominated in its era and still today is dominating in vintage motocross. And this would be competitive with the right rider in local motocross also. The bike's that good. Thanks for watching, and God bless America. Guys, I almost forgot to show you the frame rails on these. This is a work of art. Check this out. Absolutely brand new condition. Not a single ding anywhere in these. The original weep holes are perfect. The engine cases are absolutely pristine, including the drain bolt. All the hardware is new and zinc plated. It'd almost be a crime to rip this thing down the track at this point. Guys, this bike's 36 years old, soon to be 40 years old. You just don't find them like this. And if you do, and you want to do it yourself, you're not doing it in 46 hours, that's for sure. It's going to be, you can multiply that times, pick a number, but, and it took us months to do it, but the actual shop ticket came out to 46 hours. Devin's very efficient, but it's a lot of work. This one, we had a leg up in starting with a mint original, but it's still a lot of work making them perfect. Thanks for watching.